This video is unedited. It is a stream of consciousness. I am in my kitchen and I am kind of at a point where I've posted consistently enough to feel comfortable posting YouTube videos, but I'm starting to run into the problem of what kind of substance to post. And honestly, the videos where I am basically doing nothing in my eyes, I'm doing pretty much nothing, are the videos that you guys like the most. And I also have been honestly spending a ton of time on my phone, and January was a very slow month for me. I spent a lot of time doing this, okay? Spent a lot of time scrolling. I also spent a lot of time reading and a lot of time sitting around. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, but it's kind of made me come to the realization that if I don't continue to post things or continue to follow my dream, my literal dream of being a YouTuber, how the fuck am I ever gonna do it? I say that every video, but that being said, today we're going to make mac and cheese, okay? I made chili on Saturday for my boyfriend's birthday. Today is Monday. We still have chili, and I had chili for lunch, but I ate lunch really early, which I love to do, and then I normally will have like another like smaller meal in between lunch and dinner. I'm gonna have some dinner, and also I just really want to like make something. I've been doing laundry all day. I have a really hard time focusing when it comes to doing laundry. I also have a hard time just doing laundry, period, because I have so much clothes and so many pairs of underwear. I don't have to do laundry. I technically don't have to do laundry for 3 months. Easy. You might think that that's gross, but this is reality. This is my reality. So, you're in my cabinet, okay? We're gonna get a pot, and we're gonna make some Kraft mac and cheese, okay? I have my pot. You could probably hear the dryer running right now. I'm gonna put water in it. It says to measure how much water. I normally don't do this, but my boyfriend gets so mad at me for not measuring things. And every time I measure, I'm like, oh, that's why they do that, because it always comes out perfect, huh? So we're gonna measure, on the box it says 6 cups of water. So we're gonna do that. I normally put just a little bit less water. I'm already going off the rails. I normally put a little bit less water than it says, because I don't like it very like liquidy. I like it to be kind of thick. Got it? Are you taking notes? Are you taking notes? I kind of just want my videos to feel like I'm like we're on FaceTime, we're hanging out, because that's the kind of videos that I really like. Just like sit down, talk for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna try to make mac and cheese in less than 10 minutes. I don't know how long it says. Cook macaroni for 7 to 8 minutes. So we might actually be onto something. I should get this going then. Right now we have 4 cups of water, so I'm gonna get 2 more. But I'm gonna sit this on here while it's heating up. I think I might be able to do this in less than 10 minutes. We're gonna see, okay? We're getting our last, I'm gonna do 1.5 cups. Okay, we're all good. The water is boiling. I'm gonna change the layout. I'm gonna move you guys over here. A little bit more intimate. Hi. Okay, hi. Hi. While that's boiling, I guess I'll chit chat with you. If you've never met me, hey. My name is Kelsey, and I live in Texas, in like not central Texas, I guess like North Texas. I just recently started my own business, and last year was my complete year of full-time business. I was working part-time at the beginning of the year, but I pretty much just gave my shifts away all the time because I was just so busy. I couldn't keep up. A lot of the work that I'm doing involved with my business is embroidery. I have a antique embroidery machine from 1934, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. It's an old machine. I'm sure you've seen it in some of my videos, but stay tuned if you want to see it, I guess. But I create embroidery with this machine. It's specifically for embroidery. It has a handle underneath the table. Everything's hand guided, so it's a bit more custom, kind of looks a bit more folky. If you've ever seen like a vintage bowling shirt, a lot of that is done with chain stitch embroidery. Look it up if you really want to know more about the history behind them. That's not what I'm here to do. But I have a business where I travel locally to wherever people want me to go, and I embroider for them there. I've done events for Loft and Postinos. I'm trying to name things that like people would know, but a lot of what I'm doing is like corporate events. That's what pays the bills. But I also do a lot of creative stuff too, and that's obviously what I love to do more than a corporate event. But yeah, it's kind of like a mix. I had to do a mix of both in order to make it profitable. But I had a really great year last year, and I am coming into 2026 without any normal job. I'm just me. It's just me. It's just me and my LLC, and yeah, I'm still doing okay. Like nothing is going wrong, but it's really nerve-wracking to put yourself out there like that. Not only just to like start your own business, but to just trust that the universe it's nerve-wracking to trust that the universe is going to give you money in return for your art. I have gigs lined up, throughout the year, but at the end of the day, like I have to kind of constantly stay on top of things, or else, things won't get done. And I have to kind of always be marketing for myself and talking and networking with people in order to keep my business afloat. I'm still in the very early years, and so it's kind of just like a flying by the seat of my pants type vibe right now. I think it's going okay. I think it's going fine. I don't know why I'm making it seem like it's this big deal. It's just like hard to explain even what's going on. Like, I mean, some of my videos kind of display exactly like how much work goes into everything, but there's also a lot of just like sitting around. I have a lot of time in between some of the gigs that I do, and most of the time I'm working on a weekend, and every once in a while I'll get some kind of corporate event that's during the week, but there's a lot of downtime. And I try to fill my days with intention. I try to do what I want to do. Like, obviously, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. It'd be awesome if I could, but it's not necessarily sustainable. Like, I would love to have a bit more freedom in my later years and have some stability, but I kind of have to like bust my chops before I can really get to that point. But right now I'm trying to just do everything I've ever wanted to do. And as somebody who never really went to college and never really thought that I would ever make it to college, seeing things from the other side is really eye-opening, to say the least. I have friends who went to college, got a degree, got their, doctorate, got their master's, and are struggling to find jobs. And I have a made-up job, kind of, where I make a decent, definitely livable wage for doing not a ton of work. The art itself is work, but it's so personal that it doesn't really feel like work a lot of the time. Also, it's fun. Obviously, like, what I'm doing is way more fun than being a pediatric nurse, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess it depends on who you are, if that's fun for you. But yeah, I'm kind of just, I spend a lot of time alone, which is fine. I really like being alone. But it's really vulnerable. It's incredibly vulnerable. I have nothing to do some days but sit and think about my feelings and the future and the state of the world. I have nothing but time to think about all those things. And that is a luxury, but it is also a burden. It weighs heavy on me, not every day, but, and most days I'm having a good day, but for the most part, on days like this, especially where I'm just scrolling on my phone and I'm thinking about, the future of my business and how everything is going to play out, and I have no control over these things, obviously, but I have to just put my full faith and trust into the universe that it will take care of me. I know. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense, and it's insane. But I don't know. I'm trying to move you because we need to put the noodles in. I don't know, dude, okay? It's just like what I've been doing. And I don't think that a lot of people could do what I'm doing. I have a lot of stability. I'm not single. I've lived with somebody who has a really good job. And not that I couldn't pay all my bills, with the money that I'm making, but obviously someone having a stable job brings me peace of mind. Even though I pay my half of everything, and sometimes a little bit more, just because I'm making a decent amount. And I literally could not be more grateful for the experiences and the people that I've met. Holy cow. I don't even know at this point how my life could be any better. And that's saying quite a lot. And I think that a lot of people, like, some people will never know this feeling. And that, to me, is terrifying. The fact that me, of all people, why did I get chosen to be a creative full-time person, It's not that I didn't necessarily choose this life, but I had a passion and I figured I could make something out of it, and I kind of just went with it. And I was working full-time when I was doing it too, and it sort of just like snowballed, and I met more and more people and did more events and got more emails, and eventually it was like, it felt tangible that I could quit my full-time job and do what I'm doing now full-time. And I don't know what will happen in the future, but I feel like if I keep going down the path that I've gone down to get here, I will either learn a really valuable lesson about life or both. I mean, I could learn a very valuable lesson about life and crash and burn, or I could be successful and have a very vibrant life experience. So, you know, that's kind of just what's on my mind lately. And it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to even have the time to be here. It's a freaking Monday at 3 p.m. I'm making mac and cheese talking to my phone. And I'm not even, I mean, I'm not making any money off of these videos. I won't be. But even just the freedom to speak freely about my opinions and to dress and act the truest me that I am is a privilege. Like, there's not a lot of people who can do that. You know, some people's jobs don't allow them to dress how they want or to feel how they want or to express themselves on the internet. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not all it's cracked up to be, okay? It's not all it's cracked up to be. And, you know, it's not like I came from money. My parents didn't have any money. My parents are asking me for money, okay? And I don't have any money to give them, okay? I don't really know how I ended up here, but I'm grateful for it, I guess. Okay, the mac and cheese is boiling. I've said a lot of words, maybe nothing of substance, but we'll get there. It is also a challenge for me to talk for many minutes on end, a stream of consciousness, without saying like or or just filler, like just filler words. And I'm probably not doing a very good job, like, at all. But I'm trying. I think a lot of the, like, I don't know, dude, I don't know what's going on, I'm just trying it out, is kind of how I got myself into this mess. Anytime there was any kind of opportunity or job that I didn't necessarily know how to do or wasn't really qualified for, like a creative project that somebody came to me with, I kind of was always just like, well, if I'm 100% honest with this person and 100% honest with myself, and I tell them, hey, I've never done this before, or hey, I don't feel comfortable doing this unless I tell you that, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. And you would be surprised how many people are like, oh, that's totally okay, I don't care. And I would be the same way if I wanted to commission a painting from someone that I love their art. And I was like, I really would love like a huge painting of a subject that you've never painted before. And the painter was like, oh my God, that's really awesome that you want a painting from me. But like, I've never painted trees. You know, I only paint people. I've never painted trees. And I would be like, dude, I just want to see what you come up with. You know, people just want to see what you come up with. They're curious. Like, if you are willing to take the leap, I guess, willing to put yourself out there, willing to be creative, like people will trust you with their money. I also would like to think that I'm just like a very naturally like convincing person. And I don't know what that means for me, but I've kind of always been like this. Maybe it's the way I was raised. I have no idea. I was always just given the freedom to be myself. Obviously, like, your parents say, you know, ooh, you shouldn't do that, or ooh, you should do this. But at the end of the day, like, I was always given the space and the freedom to be myself. Whether they liked it or not, my parents. The tattoos definitely, it was a learning curve. But, I mean, who cares? And also, a lot of my family members have said a lot of not nice things about my body. It's crazy to even say that. A lot of people have said very nice, not nice things about my body, about my tattoos, about my line of work. And it's not like I'm making corn. I'm just following my dreams, dude. Okay? The other day I said I was self-employed to somebody. Like, somebody asked me what I did for work, and I think I was at, I don't even know where I was. I think I was at the grocery store. Somebody asked what I did for work because they were wondering why I was at the grocery store at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. And I was like, oh, I'm self-employed. Because I don't want to tell people that I'm like, what do I say? I'm an artist? Because I don't really classify as that. I don't make traditional art. I just tell people, oh, I own an embroidery business, like a customization business. But for the most part, I just tell people I'm self-employed. And somebody was like, you're too young to be doing that. And I was like, looking at them like, what do you mean? Like, isn't it a good thing to be young and have your own business? And they were like, you're so beautiful. You shouldn't be doing that. A young lady shouldn't be doing that. And I was like, girl, I am doing art. What is wrong with you? That's apparently nowadays, that's what it means to be self-employed, is to make nude content. You won't find any of that on my page. Okay? What you will find is me making mac and cheese in my house. So yeah. I think the noodles are just about done. They're getting kind of soft. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. This video is definitely not 10 minutes. I'm just gonna upload it anyways. Cause like, what am I gonna lose? I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works, but like, you know, TikTok algorithm, they're like, oh, you need to post 20 videos a day. Never done that. Never been able to grasp what that would even look like, or what I would even make 20 videos about. But a 25 or 20, probably 30-minute video of me making mac and cheese is plenty fine with me. Plenty fine. It's starting to get to the point, though, where I don't know if I'm going to be able to upload this, though, because it's so long. Also, if you've made it this far, comment the word macaroni in my cheese. Macaroni in my cheese. If you've watched this far. It's kind of looking like I also won't have a final product unless I pause. And I don't have to do that. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to come back when I've made the mac and cheese, and I'm going to say my final pieces. Okay. We have completed the mac and... We completed the mac and cheese challenge, everybody. Oh my God. And it's looking very artificial, very delicious. I'm so excited to chow down on my mac. And I wanted to come to a conclusion here. I guess what I'm trying to say is follow your dreams. And if you believe it will work, it literally will. And I am proof of that. I'm not a Nepo baby. I'm not a Nepo baby. I'm not any of those things. I'm just a person with some marbles loose who believed that she could. And I did. I believed that I could, and so I did. And then I am doing it. So if you want to do something, step one, believe what you want to do and believe it. And then step two is believe that it will work. And then number three is believe that you're believing it, and then it will believe itself. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. And if you made it this far, don't forget to comment macaroni, macaroni, and my cheese.